Aquarius is never where you expect them to be. They're in the room, but mentally, they're 10 years ahead. They care deeply about humanity, yet struggle with individual emotions. They fight for freedom, but emotionally keep their distance. Aquarius isn't cold. Aquarius is overstimulated by the present. And if you've ever felt like an Aquarius understands everything except how to feel it, this isn't rebellion for rebellion's sake. This isn't emotional detachment without reason. This is psychology. This is AstroMind. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and Saturn. This dual rulership is crucial. Psychologically, it creates a personality split between structure, Saturn, disruption, Uranus. Aquarius lives in tension. They see systems clearly and immediately want to redesign them. Unlike Capricorn, who climbs the system, Aquarius questions whether the system should exist at all. Their mind is future-oriented, pattern recognition, abstract thinking, ideological reasoning, systems analysis. Aquarius doesn't ask, "How do I feel?" They ask, "What does this mean for everyone?" Aquarius doesn't lack emotion. They intellectualize it. From a psychological lens, Aquarius uses cognitive distancing as an emotional regulation strategy. Why? Because intense emotion feels irrational, limiting, disruptive to clarity. Aquarius learned early that feelings can cloud judgment. Attachment can restrict freedom. So instead of drowning in emotion, they step back and analyze it. This is why Aquarius may seem aloof, respond logically to emotional situations, struggle with emotional intimacy, avoid drama instinctively. They don't reject emotion. They just refuse to be ruled by it. Aquarius's primary defense mechanism is detachment through identity. They protect themselves by being different, standing outside the group, observing rather than merging. Psychologically, this develops when they felt misunderstood. They didn't fit early social norms. Their ideas were ahead of their environment. So Aquarius internalizes this belief. If I don't fully belong, I can't be controlled. Freedom becomes emotional safety. But the cost? Loneliness disguised as independence. Aquarius doesn't just have an identity. They design one. They resist labels, trends, and expectations, not to be edgy, but to preserve autonomy. Psychologically, Aquarius values individual sovereignty, mental independence, nonconformity. This is why telling an Aquarius who they should be immediately creates resistance. They don't want to be owned, emotionally, socially, or ideologically. Aquarius in love is paradoxical. They crave connection, intellectual intimacy, shared vision, but fear emotional dependence, loss of autonomy, possession. Attachment-wise, Aquarius often shows avoidant, secure tendencies. They love best when friendship comes first, space is respected, emotional pressure is minimal. Aquarius doesn't fall in love with intensity. They fall in love with alignment. If they choose you, it's because you stimulate their mind, you respect their freedom. You don't try to cage them emotionally. Aquarius love isn't dramatic. It's intentional and unconventional. Aquarius's shadow appears when detachment becomes emotional disconnection. Common shadow patterns: emotional avoidance, intellectual superiority, chronic restlessness, difficulty committing, escaping intimacy through ideas. Psychologically, Aquarius may struggle with, if I feel too much, will I lose myself? So they stay in the mind, where they feel safe. But healing requires re-entering the body and emotions. Aquarius thrives in groups, but not hierarchies. They prefer communities, networks, like-minded collectives. Psychologically, friendship feels safer than romance because expectations are lower, autonomy remains intact. Emotional demands are manageable. Aquarius is often the friend who sees potential in others, supports causes, thinks globally. They care deeply about people, just not always one-on-one. Aquarius doesn't want a job. They want a mission. They excel in technology, innovation, social reform, creative systems, future-focused industries. Psychologically, Aquarius needs meaning, freedom, intellectual stimulation. They collapse in environments that are Rigid, authoritarian, emotionally manipulative, Aquarius doesn't obey blindly. They question everything. Healing for Aquarius means learning. Emotional presence doesn't erase freedom. Vulnerability isn't ownership. Connection doesn't mean control. Growth happens when Aquarius realizes you can stay unique and be emotionally available. When Aquarius integrates heart with mind, they become visionaries who inspire, leaders without ego, innovators with empathy. Aquarius was never meant to fit in. They were meant to change the future. If this resonated, you're not broken, you're ahead of your time. This is AstroMind, where astrology meets psychology, and understanding becomes power. Next, we go deeper.